Hi, this is Greg Patent, and welcome to Yes You Can Cook, the way to cooking empowerment. Today we're going to be making meat cutlets, and this is kind of a form of a meatloaf mixture, but you shape the meat into patties and you brown them and you make just a delicious sauce with a little bit of wine and some beef broth and maybe a little bit of butter. But you start off with the meat, and what I like to use is a combination of ground chuck and pork. And I'm not talking about pork sausage, I'm talking about just freshly ground pork. And many of the area markets do carry it now. So I have in here 12 ounces, 3/4 of a pound of ground chuck, which is 80% lean, 20% fat, and 12 ounces of the ground pork. And I'm going to add to that some spices. I have some thyme and salt and pepper. And then I also have some grated onion. And this is just done with a grater, a shredder, half a cup of that. A little bit of parsley. I have a lot of it here, but I'm going to put some into the meat and then I'm going to put some into the sauce. Have a couple of cloves of garlic, which we'll put through a garlic press. And then here we have the liquid that holds everything together, which is an egg and a half cup of breadcrumbs, fresh breadcrumbs, and a 1/4 cup of milk. So now we're just going to put everything together and mix them all and make this lovely mixture. So there's the spices. Here's the onion, and then I'm just going to take, say, maybe a couple of tablespoons of the parsley. I'll put in the milk mixture first. This is the milk and the breadcrumbs. And then I will take my garlic press. You could chop the garlic if you want, but I really want to have it very fine, so just press it through. And then that's it. So you can take a rubber spatula and mix everything together, which I find really quite tedious. So what I really like to do is this. Just get your impeccably clean hands right into the meat mixture and just knead everything together very gently. And kneading gently is really important because you don't want to make the meat tough. And if you really handle it too roughly, and you start squeezing it too much, it's going to make it tough. And by adding all of the liquid in here and then mixing it together by hand, and it's only going to take a couple of minutes to do this, you'll have a very tender cutlet. So here's this mixture. We're going to shape it into 4 to 6 cutlets, depending upon how hungry you are, and coat it with flour, and then we're going to fry them and then make our sauce. So here we have our meat cutlets, cooking in a little bit of oil and butter, 4 minutes on each side. I divided the mixture into 6, as you can see, and dusted them very lightly with flour, and then cooked kind of on a medium-high heat to get them nice and brown, like you see them here. And then I'm going to take them out of the skillet, and then I'm going to make a little sauce, not a fancy sauce. I will write up a fancier sauce in the newspaper column. But for now, I'm going to just take the patties out of the skillet, and then I'm going to pour the fat out of the skillet into this bowl. The reason to do that is because if it's gotten burned, you do not want it to flavor the sauce. You turn the skillet to the heat, and you notice all these nice browned bits in the skillet. That's going to flavor the sauce. And so I'm going to add some wine. This is called deglazing. When you deglaze the pan, you add liquid to it, in this case some wine. And then I'm going to just stir up all these, see all these dark bits here? That's where the flavor is. And we're just going to stir them up, and if we break them up, that's fine. But if we can't break them up, we'll just leave them in little chunks. And if you want to get rid of them, you can always strain the sauce just before serving. And then I have some meat broth here, and I'm going to add that, and I'm going to turn the heat up to high. And then we're just going to boil this for a few minutes until it gets nice and syrupy. And then I'm going to add just a touch of butter. I'm going to taste for salt and pepper, and then I'm going to pour it over the meat patties, and then it'll be ready to serve. And this is Greg Patent for Yes You Can Cook.